All right. So I guess we're going to do a tour of the Offroad garage. I don't even know what the blue
Right.
circle does. But
Oh, one of them's to organize your cars.
what's that? Oh,
The
that's the
blue circle's to
organizing cars.
organize your trucks.
That makes sense. Well, I guess we'll save the white one for last. So, let's see. So, one of the vehicles we owned when I was growing up was a 1978 Suburban, I think it was. Had like a big giant 454 in it. So my grandparents had it on my dad's side, and then they gave it to us because at the time we really didn't have anything else. Parents were really struggling to make it, all that stuff. It was a two-wheel drive Suburban, but it had this, like I said, it had a giant GM 454 in it, and that thing was a boat, dude. It makes like I don't think this Suburban is modeled correctly in this game because it is not nearly big enough compared to how large that thing was.
No, this is modern as a modern suburban.
Yeah, I mean it's got the square body aesthetics too, but this is much smaller. But yeah, so it was funny. That Suburban lasted forever until my dad, we finally we're at a point where he sold it. But I think that thing got like less than 10 miles to the gallon. It was pretty bad. But it could pull some stuff, I'll tell you that. And of course, who doesn't want a trophy truck? Who doesn't want a trophy truck, right? But so one of my friends in high school, he did have. It wasn't a trophy truck. It's just a pre-runner truck. But so meaning like a trophy truck. You can look and see that it's a completely tube frame chassis, and it's just fiberglass on top of it. As where I'm sure I'm not entirely correct on this, but I'm pretty sure a pre-runner is an actual body-on-frame pickup truck that you get as close as you can to being one of these. So it actually has an actual truck frame and then an actual truck body on it, as compared to these are purpose-built with a tube frame, and then you got the fiberglass siding and all the paneling on it and everything. But my buddy Ryan in high school had one of these, or not one of these, but he had a Ford F-150. This is way before the days of Ford Raptors and shit. No, sorry, it wasn't an F-150. It was a Ranger. It's an extended bed Ranger. I think it was a 97? I think it was a 1997. So it was kind of like, it was almost the full-size pickup of a Ford Ranger. It had the twin I-beam suspension, and we did a long travel kit on the front, the rear. We had the king coilover piggyback reservoir shocks on it. So I think he had 28 inches of travel on the rear end, and then he had 32 inches of travel on the front. This thing was ungodly amazing at its suspension travel. It was incredible. It had a full roll cage in it. We took the drivetrain out of a Ford Mustang, transmission and all, and put it in it. So it had a 302, a nice Ford 302. I don't recall the transmission. I know it had a Ford 9 in the rear, so it was a nice hefty rear end as well. The front, it was a two-wheel drive, so didn't have a front axle on the front end. It was a twin I-beam. I guess you call that independent front end. So like the twin I-beam, I don't know if you know what that is. I'll see if I can maybe throw a insert of a picture or something in here, where the arms actually cross over each other and they make an X in the front. So you have I'm gonna see. I can't pull it out. Okay, so you have like the bracing where the twin I-beam starts is actually on the opposite side of the vehicle, and it drops down and over to the opposite wheel. So for the driver's side tire, it would actually bolt like up underneath the fender on the passenger side almost, and it would come down on each side and make an X underneath, and one arm is in front of the other. It's kind of weird. It's asymmetrical, and it works, but I'm like, one wheel's in front of the other. So, I don't know. Have you seen those before?
Yeah, I've seen a couple of them. It's a very strange. It works, but it's strange.
Yeah, I think Muha's Bronco had one twin I-beam on it, but let's see. This is just the coolest little Volkswagen buggy. I mean, it's totally got a Volkswagen engine in it, and you can look at the suspension. That's a Volkswagen slug bug suspension, which actually, yeah, if you look at them, look, I can't believe they actually modeled the suspension correctly. So these two have the same suspension because essentially those two are the same thing. Just, I mean, that has tinfoil on it and a, I don't know, it looks like a Russian gun of some sort. That's definitely an M60, a good old pig. But yeah, I think that's like a, oh, I'm not really sure what that is.
It's not quite a PKP, but
No, it's not quite. Definitely not a dish coat or anything like that. But I mean,
Game Mutant probably.
I know it's probably another mutant because we don't actually have the licensing, so we're gonna throw stuff together. But wait, what is this? I just realized there's supposedly a box of C4 right here. Why can't I use it? Anywho, oh hey, look, there's a M4-ish looking gun here on the side. Looks like some kind of HK. But anywho, yeah, I've always wanted to build one of these, a dune buggy of sorts. I might arm it, probably not, just because, you know, people get all uppity when you do that. But I've always wanted a dune buggy. Doesn't have to be specifically like a sand rail, but who doesn't want that? Seriously. So, as far as bugs go, Baja bugs, I'm actually not that big of a fan of Baja bugs. But my little sister has always wanted a Baja bug. So, I figured, why not? I'll actually get one. It's fun enough in the game. I like that the interior is, like, completely destroyed on this thing. But, like, I'm pretty sure the stereo and stuff is ripped out on the dash there, and the seats are all cut up. It's used, okay? I bought it used.
That's that guy that was laying in the ditch.
Oh, jeez, but I just thought the orange and white looked really good on it. But, oh, man. Yeah, rally car. I think this is probably one of my fastest cars. I don't know. I think I can do the whole press down on the pad and look at it. No, it's not my fastest car. It doesn't know what the buggy is. Oh, the buggy is horribly slow. Same with that there. Ha! The trophy truck has one of the best accelerations in the game. That's awesome. But yeah. Oh wow. The Suburban's bad. Anywho. Yeah, I don't know, this thing handles so well, though. This is definitely my best handling car, wouldn't you say?
I'd say so. It's squirrely, but it needs to be. It's tiny.
Yeah, this thing is just, it's so ridiculously fun, though. It just eats dirt roads and is super fun. I don't know, it reminds me of like some kind of Audi rally car. So. All right, on to this thing. This is, in my opinion, the second coolest car in this garage, minus after the trophy truck. Because I mean, trophy truck, dude. Yeah. Anyways, so this was the closest thing I could get to my real life Jeep Cherokee. I'll see if I can insert a picture of some sort here. So yeah, this is the closest I could get. I think it's lifted about as much as my Cherokee is in real life. I don't actually have the light bar on top or a snorkel in real life for my Cherokee or an exo cage, but it is white, and I have a much more ridiculous brush guard Prius bouncer in real life. But yeah, I definitely have more belly clearance in real life. And my Jeep in real life is much faster. It's got like a stroker kit, and all the jazz has been re-geared, and yeah, got like a foot of travel in the front and the rear, but not a 4-link in the rear though. This has got coilover instead of 4-link, and yeah, real life I got leafs on the rear, but it is a nice long travel front end. So, have anything to add to our little interview here?
It's missing the logos.
Oh yeah, okay. So I'm really hoping I can actually insert a picture of sorts, but yeah, I do have the Jurassic Park logos on the side of my Cherokee, and even though it's not modeled after anything from actual Jurassic Park, it super fucking fits. It fits the bill for real life. It actually came out pretty darn good. So,
If you watched it in one of the new movies, it wouldn't look out of place. Put it that way.
No, it wouldn't. That's true. Although it is an old. So my Cherokee in real life is a '93. It does have the high output 4-liter. Like I said, it has a stroker kit, so it's a 4.2-liter now and everything. But yeah, that's yeah, it wouldn't look entirely out of place in one of the newer ones like the Jurassic World movies, but it would kind of fit more into the maybe like Jurassic Park 3.
We don't talk about Jurassic Park 3.
Oh, jeez. All right. Oh, okay then. Well, moving on there. Yeah, Jurassic Park 3. I'll admit that was a pretty retarded one, but it's still part of the series. Anywho, yeah, that's it for the interview. Or the tour of the off-road garage. So, all right.